Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to look at Keyboarding Online Lesson 4. And I'd like to begin with the home page, but you can click on the Lessons menu to take you to your lessons. And the program normally takes you back to where you left off. But I wanted to do a quick review and just mention that we have covered Lesson 1, Home Row Keys, Lesson 2, T, E, and H, Lesson 3, O, R, and N, and today we're going to learn how to make capitals. That's just one of our keys. It's called the left shift, the M key, and the C key. So as always, I love Keyboarding Online because it starts with a review of keys that you've learned in previous lessons before it ever begins to introduce a new key. So that's kind of your warm-up, which is a great idea. Always warm up before you start. Another great idea is to begin with your best technique. Before my fingers ever strike the first key, I automatically get into my best posture. I sit on the edge of my seat because that helps me keep my back straight, my feet flat, my elbows comfortable in the right position, and fingers then resting on the home keys. Now it's a good idea to keep your palms slightly raised. So let's take a look at Lesson 4 now, and I'm on line 4. But line 4 is when we first see the new key, which is M, and it's showing us the practice is with the J key. So I know that J and only J will strike the M key. J is in yellow, M is in yellow, so it's a reach down and to the right. So as we begin, we're going to think each key as we strike. M, 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 space. J, 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 space. M, 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 space. J, 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 space. M, J, M, space. M, J, M, space. J. Okay. Now, I'm an experienced typist, so as you can see, normally I reach my goal the first time because I've done this for a long time. If you have to type over and over again, it's okay. It's like learning to type is a skill, and it's like anything else. If you want to improve, you have to keep practicing. And the only practice we have is our time in class together. So as we continue to practice, just remember, don't get frustrated. Take your time and just try to strike the correct key, the first time around. So as we move along, more practice, more different reaches with the M key. In line 6, a reminder, keep the J finger reaches for the M key. Keep the rest of your fingers in home position, even your left hand, even if it's not doing anything, it's resting on the home keys. Now we're going to learn the C reach. C is right here. When I click it, it's green, so that tells me D and only D will control the C key. So let's try. C, 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 space. D, 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 space. C, 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 space. D, 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 space. C, D, C, space. C, D, C, space. D, C, C. Okay, got a score. 20 words a minute and no errors. Moving along, more practice for the C key with the D finger. In line 10, now we're going to learn capitals. You notice that's a capital J, a lowercase j, cap K, lowercase, cap L, lowercase, cap O, lowercase, cap N, lowercase n, cap H, lowercase h. I always like to scan the line before I begin typing so I know what's coming. So to make capitals with your hand, you're going to hold down the left shift key with the A finger. So here's my A finger right here, my A key. Here's the left shift on the left side of the keyboard. So when I click on it, it lights up in blue. So A and only A will depress the shift key. The important thing to remember is in order to successfully make your capital J, you're going to have to hold the shift key down, strike J, 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 and release. Space, lowercase j, 3 times space, shift, K, 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 release, K, 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 lowercase, shift, okay, and that would have been shift, L, L, L. You have to depress the shift key down and hold it down long enough to strike the capital, then release. So the process is shift, strike K or L or whatever key, and then release. So it's a 3-step process. Shift, strike, home. Let's try the next line. Line 11, we're going to strike a capital L. So it's a left shift, L-A-N-D-S space. Shift L, release, A-N-D-S space. Shift H, release, A-L space. Shift H, and so on. So shift, strike, release. Remember that 3-step process. So this is something new. Making capitals is something we do all the time. You want to practice and just take your time and type each line for accuracy, trying to strike the correct keys the first time. If you have successfully completed lines 1, 2, and 3, your checks will be there, and eventually there'll be a check for lesson 4. Now, one thing I do want to throw in here, let's check our progress. If we go to a simple report, again, it's showing that where I have made an attempt on some of these lines, but when you check your report, you should have all of these filled in. If you go to Progress Report Comprehensive, it's actually going to show you where you have struck all the keys and successfully struck for 2 attempts. So here's my first attempt, here's my second attempt, and of course I'm skipping around. So I have 2 attempts in lesson 2 on line 4 and line 7. But yours should be much more filled in. For effort, now this is something as a teacher I use to see how my students are making, if they're giving me their best effort. So if I click since Sunday, it's showing me that I have 5 minutes of effort so far for the week. And usually I give an effort grade. So the best way to get effort is to finish what you start. That's my best advice. As long as you type more than 5 words a minute with no more than 10 errors, you will get some effort on the chart. So good luck, and I'll see you on the next video.